Hello, I'm Alec Mackey, Vice President of BehaviorLens Research at InsightsNow. And today, I'm going to show you how you can overcome the innovation paradox. First, I'll describe what that paradox is. Then I'll show you how this impacts R&D and product development, and what specifically the challenge is there. Next, I'll provide an overview of how you can look at consumer behavior to better inform product development. And finally, I'll show you how InsightsNow approach puts this into practice. Let's get started, shall we? At the executive level, as you can see by this quote from the CFO of P&G, innovation is seen as a solution to sluggish growth in developed markets, for example, the United States. The paradox, however, looking at this quote by the Heinz CEO, is that it's harder now than ever to achieve growth through innovation. Let me clarify this a bit. It's easier than ever to create new products. We now have the tools, the technologies, and partners that make new product creation a fairly straightforward process. And that's the problem. We've gotten so good at making new products that it's no longer enough just to push them into the market under the umbrella of a good brand. Consumers have too many options. They're more discriminating, and competition is just too fierce. To truly stand out today, you must create differentiated, meaningful product experiences that are relevant to consumers. You must create impact. And that's why we at InsightsNow have created the BehaviorLens Innovation Suite, which goes from the discover stage, where the focus is ensuring you get the right opportunities identified up front, to the design stage, where the focus is on the creative process, ensuring that you have growth ideas and concepts that are truly impactful for consumers, to the develop phase, where the focus is achieving competitive advantage by developing new products that truly deliver against that impact that you've targeted up front. Today, we're going to focus on the transition from the design stage, which is typically led by marketing, to the develop stage, which is typically driven by R&D. And in particular, we're going to focus on concept to product translation. The outcome of design is typically a concept that's been fleshed out, and the goal is for R&D to develop a product that delivers against that concept. We recently conducted a survey of innovation professionals, and the #1 challenge identified is that it's hard to translate concepts into products. So this transition from design to develop, from marketing to R&D, is the #1 challenge identified by these innovation professionals. One of the most common practices when it comes to concept product translation is the focus group. And let me ask you this. When's the last time you were in a focus group where the goal was to translate that concept into a product? And did the team walk away with a clear roadmap and direction for ensuring product success and developing a great new product? What we've seen talking to clients is that these groups are good at creating a lot of good ideas, but they're often hard to execute against. Often we see that the connection between the concept and the product is lost a bit in the clouds. There's no clear line of sight between the concept and its benefits and the product and its features. And that's what we call the product benefit gap. In other words, the gap between the concept and its benefits, and again, the product and its features. And let me give you a more specific example of how this can be challenging for an R&D team. For example, how do you deliver against these types of qualities? For example, authenticity, homemade, manly. How do you turn those into product experiences? What attributes of the product do you tweak to make a product more manly in the eyes of the consumer, more authentic? That's a hard question. But to answer that question, we recommend keeping it very simple. At a very high level, this is how I look at innovation. Basically, you're trying to come up with a product that fulfills needs and ultimately delivers benefits. And we've talked about the product and the benefits and the gap there. What we haven't talked about are the needs that the product fulfills to deliver those benefits, and the fact that the consumer is using the product. In other words, there's behavior happening. Now what's interesting here is there's a point of commonality between the behavior and the needs. And that comes together in the moment, the context of the experience. And with the understanding of what that moment is, what the behavior is, what the needs are, we have a much better platform for understanding the relationship between the product and its features and the concept and its benefits coming together in that moment. And with this rich understanding of the product experience, you're able to identify the cues of a product that best deliver specific benefits. A cue is a product feature that signals a benefit, and typically this is an implicit thing. It happens subconsciously without the consumer really knowing that they've had this cue or the signal of the benefit. And critically, a cue gains meaning given the context of the moment. Without the context, that same feature could mean any number of different things. But with the context of the moment, it has specific meaning to the consumer. So again, if we can understand the moment, understand the needs of the moment, with a better understanding of how the product delivers those benefits and can better predict consumer behavior. Let's walk through a quick and simple example of how we can bridge the product benefit gap. In this case, we'll use the concept of 5-hour energy. And this concept is really straightforward. And the first step is to identify the benefits. And in this case, the key benefits are on the go, long-lasting energy that you feel right away. The next step, as we talked about, is to identify the relevant moments. And a moment happens where you have occasions and consumer wants or concerns that are important within that context of that occasion. Once you have the benefits and the moments, you can identify salient cues, those cues that are relevant and actually deliver against that benefit. So in this example, we'll use the benefit of long-lasting energy and define the moment as a daily commute where quick consumption is important. So given that benefit, given that moment, what are the salient cues? In this example, they could be extreme flavor, lingering aftertaste, a tingling sensation, or energy drink, quote-unquote, energy drink sour. And each one of these cues, to a greater or lesser extent, delivers against that benefit of long-lasting energy. And if we can capture that relationship and measure that from a consumer standpoint, we can start guiding product development to optimize against the benefit of long-lasting energy. And if that is something that marketing has identified as a niche or sweet spot in the market that you can deliver against, it gives you a better chance of product success by optimizing towards that benefit. The approach I've just shown you outlines the core essence of what we call BehaviorLens Product Spark, which gives you the ability to obtain a roadmap for product development and, in so doing, translate consumer benefits into technical requirements that give them a clear line of sight from the ingredients, the materials, the processes, the controllables from a product and packaging standpoint that they can manipulate to targeted consumer benefits. In other words, they have now that roadmap to achieve differentiation in the marketplace. Unlike traditional approaches to concept product translation, such as focus groups, Product Spark captures relevant moments, which primes participants with in-the-moment activities, allowing them to generate cues by sparking their creativity with a range of sensory stimuli that are grounded in relevant benefits and in those moments. Then we can qualitatively link attributes to those benefits and then quantify this information so you can take action against it. In this way, we identify the most relevant cues and overlay them with sensory descriptive information. This is very powerful. One of the key outcomes that comes from this is new scales for product development. Beyond just your typical attribute scales, you're also not going to have these special cue scales that are, again, focused on delivering benefits. In this example, lingering aftertaste, as we talked about, signals long-lasting energy. This can be put into a jar or intensity scale format and be used with traditional tools such as penalty analysis to help your team optimize against a specific benefit, such as long-lasting energy. And these scales, it should be noted, are anchored with real products from the research. So it gives product developers a real understanding of at the high end and low end of the scale what these qualities are like. Critically, this can be applied in subsequent product optimization steps. So in quantitative tests, such as CLTs or home use tests, you can apply these scales and start optimizing against these benefits that can lead you to differentiation in the marketplace above and beyond what liking alone can do for you. So we've shown you now how you can overcome the paradox of innovation by delivering more differentiated products, by targeting key benefits using salient product cues, and how to get at those cues, which allows product developers the guidance and insight they need to deliver a truly differentiated, meaningful, relevant, and ultimately impactful product experience. So before wrapping things up, I want to talk about the number one question that clients ask, and we hear this quite a bit, and that is, liking is a key measure. There's no way that our organization is going to stop using it. What should we do? Because remember, Product Spark gives you these other benefits beyond just liking that you can target and optimize against, right? Well, my advice is don't stop using liking. However, be open to the idea that really good products can be differentiated and successful by targeting specific benefits beyond liking, and in so doing, create a more impactful product experience. Liking, true, is important, but usually alone does not drive your product success. Everybody in the industry is too good at making well-liked products, including your competition. The science of liking, by and large, has been commoditized. So it's important to know that liking, while often a baseline to success, is not always going to provide that differentiation in and of itself. If you want to avoid Me Too mediocrity, then you must ensure your product delivers specific benefits relevant to consumers within and across moments of life. If you do that, you have a really good shot of achieving consumer impact. That's the end of today's presentation. Again, I'm Alec Mackey, Vice President of BehaviorLens Research. I'm happy to further discuss the topic of today's webinar and help you overcome the innovation paradox. Please feel free to reach out to me directly or also to a member of your InsightsNow's account team. Thank you very much. Have a great day.